folks, it's Sherman Ray, and I'm hoping we get a good signal today because I can tell something's going on weird here. This is Sherman Ray, and this is Livin in Vegas magazine, the podcast. Thank you, folks, for being a part of the show today. I'm going to come a little closer here because somebody said that they could barely hear me last time, so I'm going to bring up the volume just a little bit, and hopefully everybody can hear me a little bit better today. So it is Friday, and I'm hoping you had a great week, folks. I've actually had a really good week. I did not have such a good start to my morning, though. I got to tell you, I didn't. I'll tell you all about it in just a minute. But had kind of a weird start to the morning, and it's good. It's all good. It's all good. I gotta tell you, it's all good. So let's talk about what's going to happen this weekend, though, folks. This weekend, Livin in Vegas magazine is going to be having our launch party. We're over at the Foundation Room, which is real cool. So we'll be at the Foundation Room starting about 9:30 at night. It's all set, folks. So if you are, here's a hint. If you have signed up for the event and you're coming to the launch party over at the Foundation Room, show up there early. Okay, we're going to be starting at about 9:30, but I would show up there early because we might have some surprises for you. Just telling you, just saying it, just putting it out there that there might be some surprises there for you, and it's been we're excited. We're actually already starting to plan for our next event, so I'm that's probably even cooler. I'm going to turn off this sound here because if not, what'll happen? And also, I want to apologize for some of you folks who are probably watching us, and our signal looks like it's really bad. I don't know why. I look like I'm doing really well, but I think it's because we have so many kids home from school, and the worst thing that can happen is we will tape the show, and we will put it on our YouTube channel, and then we'll upload the show on our YouTube channel. Okay, so don't worry, you'll actually get an uncut, unweirded out version of the show. Also, if you can't make it to the event tonight, I want to encourage you. You still can get the magazine. Don't fear not. You still can get the magazine. All you've got to do is actually just send me an email. Send me an email to info at livininvegas.com. Info at livininvegas.com, and you can actually get a copy of it. Or just go to the website. You can just go to our website. What's our URLs? Oh, I know our URL's up here someplace. Yeah, it should be up there. So our URL is livininvegas.com. So just go to livininvegas.com, and you can actually get a copy of, or you can check out the magazine. We've actually changed the website. We continue to just augment, grow with the magazine, and so you can actually still you can see the magazine. It flips open, looks just like a magazine. You can check that out. It's very, very cool. So we have a lot of stuff to talk about today, and some of the interesting things that we're going to talk about today. Kids are out of school. So we're going to talk about the kids being out of school, some of the things that are probably happening as a result of that. We're going to talk about the Raiders, of course, because this weekend, here, I'm gonna shift this just a little bit here. Okay, sorry. So there we go. That's a little better. Don't you think so? Yeah. So this weekend, the Raiders are playing. Also, UNLV is going to be playing, folks. Come on, baby. You gotta get UNLV out there. Love UNLV. You will find that I'm going to put a UNLV thing in the background here, and it'll always be there, so you can see it all the time. So UNLV is playing this weekend, and what else? Oh, and because there's kids out of school right now, a lot of stuff is going on, and that's actually our first story today. Out at Death Valley, they're because of the, I shouldn't say because of the pandemic, but a lot of the national parks are actually they're giving free entrances to some of the national parks. And starting Monday, I believe it is, for MLK Day for sure. MLK Day is Monday, and as a result of that, in honor of Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, they're going to there's free entrances to all of the national parks. Yeah, I mean all of them. Can you believe that? And because guess what, you got kids out of school right now. There's really no reason why you shouldn't be able to go out there. Yeah, I would say this is probably a great opportunity for you to get out there. They're giving some of the best reasons why. They're saying, hey, best because of the sun and all this other stuff. You can take great pictures and stuff like that. And I'm encouraging you, if you go out and you take pictures of any of the sites, any of the scenes, especially here in Las Vegas, send them to us. Just send them at info@livininvegas.com. Send us your great pictures. We'll post them. We'll post them on our Instagram page. We'll do all that kind of stuff. And we've got a growing Instagram following. People want to see some of the cool stuff that you've got going on there. Okay. Sorry, it looks like I've got a really oily face here. Also, there are other dates that give free entrances in 2022 for the national parks. April 16th, first day of National Park Week. Thursday, August 4th, the anniversary of the Great American Outdoors Act. Saturday, September 24th is National Public Lands Day. And, of course, Veterans Day on November the 11th. So you can actually go out there to the parks. And, like I said, right now, Monday, all of the national parks open free. So Governor Sisolak has said that they're going to have about 500,000 COVID test kits distributed statewide, arriving about the end of January. So Governor Sisolak announced in a news conference that the state's response to the pandemic, that he's fast-tracked a lot of these, what do they call them, flow flex test kits. And, excuse me, I don't know why I'm yawning. I shouldn't be. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why in just a second. I'll tell you why I'm yawning. More than 500,000 COVID flex kits will be delivered to the state by the end of January. And this is something in response to the Omicron pandemic, or the Omicron strain or variant of the COVID virus. And so the governor said, I've asked the shipment and delivery of these tests to be fast-tracked as possible to meet the current needs. Now, so there's a lot of people, since Omicron hit, they've said that the variant is not as lethal, but it is more contagious. So a lot more people are getting this variant. So be careful, folks. Just be really careful out there. And I believe if you just exercise just due diligence, just be careful, wear a mask. I am fully vaxxed, and I'm going to get my booster, but I actually got that little heart palpitation. I remember that very well, and it kind of gets you, kind of scares. So just be very careful. And if you just practice, it's almost like safe sex, right? You just practice being safe, should be good. Okay, just stay away from everybody. So let me tell you what happened this morning. Okay, so this morning, as I am wont to do, I went out riding this morning. And because I didn't have anything to do right after I rode this morning, generally about 6:30 or so, I've got to run out and go do some other stuff. So I have to really rush in the morning to get my ride in. So I'm going along, and it's a little breezy here in Las Vegas right now. It's going to get breezier according to the forecast. It's going to get breezier. So I'm riding, and I'm actually doing really well. My time is just fantastic. I'm doing really good. Now I'm going up. I generally ride north, and then I ride up to the Lone Mountain area. So I'm up that big steep road up there. So I ride up Lone Mountain Road. So I'm riding up Lone Mountain Road, and I'm past Durango, and I'm heading up the hill a little bit, and all of a sudden, I get a flat tire. I get a flat tire, and at 5 in the morning, it's not funny. No, 5:30 in the morning, it's not fun to get a flat tire out in the middle of nowhere, and it's dark. And so I actually had to pull off to the side, change my inner tube, and then continue up the road. So I want to thank the lady. There was a lady who actually was walking her dog. She has a big dog, really big dog. She's got lights all over because it's dark. It's really dark where we're at. But there's a park over on Lone Mountain Road. And she is walking her dog, and she stops as I'm getting ready to. I'm already changed my tire now, and I'm getting ready to get back on the bike and continue up the hill because I wasn't going to stop this time. I said, "Look, I got extra time, so I'm not going to stop my ride." So I'm getting ready to go up the hill, and she goes, "Oh, are you all right? Are you fine?" I said, "That's very nice of you." Yes, I'm doing just fine. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And so I want to thank that lady and that's probably why I'm yawning this morning. Okay, in other news, folks, this morning, what is it? We've got road closure. So we've got a road closure. Many of you know what's going on Eastern Avenue, the 95, the 515, whatever you want to call it. There has been they've been working on the viaduct that goes over the Eastern Avenue area, the downtown area. They've been working on that for, gosh, it seems like forever. But it's a $40 million retrofit of the viaduct area. So some people call it the Big Bounce. Some people call it the Big something. I won't say it because I don't cuss, folks, but I can, but I don't. And so they're going to be closing this area down here. Where are they going to be closing? I know exactly where they're going to be closing. Work on the 515, better known as the 95, began in June, and I read exactly where they're actually going to be. Okay, Eastern Avenue will close in both directions under the 95 at 12:01 on Monday. Okay, write this down. Eastern Avenue will close in both directions under the 95 at 12:01 on Monday, January 17th, and we'll open up Tuesday, midnight. Okay, after midnight on Tuesday, January 25th. Okay, so it's gonna be a couple of days. It'll be like 9 days. It'll be closed. So you're gonna have to find another route, and it's gonna be a cluster. I'm guaranteeing it's gonna be a cluster. I know there are Uber drivers down there. People work downtown who just want to get to work. It's gonna be such a mess down there, but they have to retrofit that area, so they're gonna be demoing all kinds of areas down there, and so just be very, very careful down there. All right, so once again, Monday, they're going to be closing the Eastern Avenue, both directions, underneath the 95. Okay, so just know that's going to happen. So we alluded to the fact that the school district is closed today. So today, kids are out of school. They'll be out of school between now and Tuesday. Actually, they're going to be gone out of school Tuesday too. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Of course, they're out of school Saturday, Sunday. They'll be out of school Monday for MLK Day, and the governor said, "Hey guys, why don't we just stay out of school Tuesday also?" So they're going to be out of school for 5 days. Well, the school district, in order to sweeten the pot for teachers, has said, "Hey, we want to give you guys a bonus of $2,000, a $2,000 retention bonus, which is going to cost like $66 million, I think it is." How much is that dollar amount? I mean, it's a buttload. $66 million in elementary and secondary school emergency fund relief funds. They voted on it unanimously to try to keep the teachers get back in the schools. Now, so this is a very interesting turn of events. They're saying, "Hey, look, teachers, we really want you guys back. $1,000 for full-time workers." Okay, this applies to full-time workers. $1,000 the end of January, and then in May they'll actually give it to to the folks who make it all the way in May to stay in school. Now, because we actually had, I don't think it was here, but I think it was someplace, or maybe it was here, where traditionally, what happens after the Christmas break is you have a lot of teachers just quit. They just go, look, we're done. We don't want to be a part of this anymore, and they quit being a teaching school. And then it compounds it with this COVID thing. Teachers are going to look. We're risking our lives. We're scared. All this other stuff, and that's really kind of where they're at. But they came out of pocket. The school district unanimously voted $66 million in relief funds that were allocated for retention bonuses, $2,000, $1,000 in January for the teachers, full-time employees, to stay in the schools, $1,000 in May for those guys who make it in May. In other news, we're sticking around with this, this whole coronavirus thing, folks. That's really kind of where it's at. Stay safe. Let's give some tips on Omicron variant to try to stay safe during these last few months, because really Omicron, once again, is not as lethal as the Delta variant or the original coronavirus. It's just very contagious. So what can you do? What can you do to actually mitigate you getting this Omicron or trying to stay safe? One is really just wash your hands, do all that other stuff. Number two, wear a mask. Wear a mask whenever you're out in public. There's really, I know we've got a lot of people who have an aversion to wearing a mask. The N95 mask is really more practical. I guess it's, I've got another mask over here someplace. Don't have it with me. But the cloth masks are better than nothing. Okay, but if you can get to the N95 mask, that's really where the CDC and those experts say to wear. Get vaxxed, folks. This is we get vaxxed for all kinds of things. We get polio, whooping cough, all these other things that we get, vaccinated for. And it seems like there's really this aversion to being vaccinated. The only vaccination I personally don't adhere to is the flu. It's the flu virus. And I think I've gotten the flu once in my life. Okay, I'm pretty good at that stuff. But those are some tips that you can just really try to stay safe. Okay, if you don't have to go to big, large audiences, like right now, the churches right now are actually having a real trouble with this, is because a lot of people have been used to now doing church video, and they're worried, hey, are we going to get people back in the doors? And that's a real concern. So if you are going to, go to these larger events, just be very careful. It's kind of the way it should be. Darren Waller. Let's shift gears a little bit. Darren Waller, tight end, big daddy, big DW, for the Las Vegas Raiders, was talking about how he is really kind of he's been out of football for like 5 games. He had I think he had an ankle thing, and then he had a chest thing, and then he had a back thing and knee thing. So he's been out for 5 games, and he admits in an interview that he was on the edge, kind of on the edge, because he has addiction problems. And he said, hey, look, it took everything he could take to stay sober and to stay healthy. So we're very excited about that, Darren. We thank you so much for doing a great thing for yourself, one. Number 2, for the Raiders, your organization. And I think you're going to show a lot of people who feel like, hey, you know what, I can't do it anymore. I think you're showing a lot of people, yes, it can be done. So thank you so much. Before we go any further, let's talk a little bit more about the magazine, Livin in Vegas magazine, which is it's out. It's on the shelves right now, folks. If you'd like to, got some great articles in the magazine, One talks about, and we didn't even mention this. If you're a golfer, folks, or we've got an article on there that talks about some of the great golf courses here in Vegas. We got a lot of them. I mean, my gosh, for a city, I used to live up in Summerlin, over near the Red Rock Station Casino. And we had, in that area alone, I think we had 9 golf courses in that area alone. We had more golf courses around my house than you could shake a stick at. So we've got some great courses there. So we have an article talks about some of the great golf courses. Also have an article in there talking about ski resorts. I mean, just close to Las Vegas. I think that's one of the great things about Vegas is we have so many recreational things that are around Vegas that you can check out. And so those are the kind of things. In addition to that, great articles about people and places that I think you're going to love. And for those of you who are coming to our launch party event, which is tomorrow, you're going to get to meet some of those folks. Dr. Phil's going to be there. Going to have Gilda is going to be there. And Gilda Graham is just a hoot. She's just a sweetheart. I was just talking to her last couple of days. Just a hoot. She is she's a director, a writer, a producer. You know, she does all that cool stuff, and just a media, and now she's part of the Livin in Vegas family. In addition to the article, but she's actually on staff with us now, so which is so cool, just so cool. So you can still get a copy of the magazine even if you don't go to the event. Just go to our website at livininvegas.com. livininvegas.com. So who else? Derek Carr. So Derek Carr is in the news also. Derek Carr, who has been a part of the Raiders for like the last 8 years, folks. Wow. So Derek Carr was talking about how he has been that close to greatness. So close. Now, the Raiders have not won a divisional title in many years. They come to Vegas. We're there. Yes. Very excited about that. And so Derek Carr is going to be leading the troops. Guys, pray for the brother. Derek needs it. We need it in Vegas. It's just fantastic. So cannot wait to see the Raiders play against, I think they're playing against Cincinnati Bengals, against Joe Burrow. And we've been playing tough. That's the cool thing about it. We've been playing so tough. And there's really no reason why we cannot win this game. And wouldn't it be cool if we actually brought home a title? Wow. Super Bowl. Where's the Super Bowl this year? Tampa Bay? Something like that. But wouldn't that be just fantastic if we could just bring home something cool? And on that same note, we've got these two guys. So we've got, Mark Stone and Alex Petrangelo. They are both going to be in the All-Star game. So we got a couple of guys in the VGK. Okay, both of these guys are actually going to be in the All-Star game and be a part of All-Star weekend. In addition to Pete Bora, he's been named one of the 4 coaches for the All-Star game. This is, honey, I'm calling you honey. I just call everybody honey now. Hey, honey, we have got so many. The Las Vegas Aces, our women's basketball team, we had 6 members of the Olympic team that were Las Vegas Aces. We had 2 of the girls that were on the 3-on-3 game play the whole way through. So we've got some studs. We have some studs here in Las Vegas. So, and this is an interesting story. I'm going to try to get this in. Mark Stone actually is an all-star player. Okay, so he's already been voted in. But Alex Petrangelo is not. The NHL in order to get fans into this whole thing a little bit more, said, hey, what we want to do is we've created this thing called the Last Man or something like that, right? And what they're doing is Last Man In is what it's called. They said gives fans a voice and say in who makes the All-Star roster. 4 players, 1 in each division, with the most votes will earn the final roster spot in their respective divisions. Okay, so you can actually vote to see if Alex Pietrangelo makes it into the All-Star game. We'll leave the link on our website. Okay, on our website at livininvegas.com. You can vote. So just go to our website. We'll have it up in about an hour or so. You can go to our website and you can vote and get your friends to vote for him. Okay, so go to our website, livininvegas.com. So I'm going to put that up there. Let me put that up here real quick. So go to our website at livininvegas.com and we'll put it on the front page. Vote in, Alex Pietrangelo for the All-Star game. Okay, so you can vote him in and just keep voting like a guinea pig. Just vote him in as many times as you can. And go to livininvegas.com and then get your friends to do the same thing. Okay. All right. Do we have another one? Oh, I've got time for one more story. Okay, let's go to UNLV. So UNLV, because I love UNLV, folks. We've got a brand new athletic director over at UNLV. His name is Eric Harper, and Eric Harper is already trying to boost the number of people who come to the game. And we talked about this yesterday. And this is a very interesting story because it's something I noticed when I was at the game. I was at the game a couple of days ago, and where we beat New Mexico, the Lobos. And I noticed the shoes of the players. And I noticed all of our guys had the same shoes. They were Nike shoes. They were all said UNLV on them. I said, man, those are really cool. Those are really... The other team had all kinds of Nike, pink, yellow, whatever. But we had that UNLV thing. I've got a ton of UNLV logo gear. And I said, boy, I would love to have one of those shoes. Well, as a new incentive program, new AD Eric Harper is putting it out to the students. He's saying, hey, look, we will give you a pair of these logoed shoes if you come to the games, the last 6 games of the season. They'll give you a little punch card. You've got to stay the entire game. Plus, you've got to go to one of the women's games. I think the women's have one last game. What date is it? The women actually have one more game, March 2nd, okay, for the season for the women's. But it's the last 6 games, the one women's game, punch the card, and you could be in the drawing to win these logoed shoes. These are super nice shoes, folks. So don't get me wrong. Yeah, I mean, I saw them. I was sitting right behind the seats. Matter of fact, 3 of the coaches kept standing up the entire time. I couldn't even see the game, so I had to watch this. I had to watch the screen. These guys are big. So, and I'm not as big. Even though I look tall, even with my elevator socks on, I'm not that tall. So you can do that. We will leave the directions and all that other stuff on our website at livininvegas.com, and you can check that out, okay? So this weekend, folks, Raiders are playing, okay? Get to a site and watch it. For those folks that are coming to our event Saturday night, looking forward to meeting each and every one of you, me and the lovely Mrs. Ray. And so it should be just a fun, we're going to have a great time. And I think you are going to really enjoy the event over at the Foundation Room for the Livin in Vegas launch party. Okay. Anyways, we will see you again. We're actually going to be putting out a show on Sunday, so watch for the show on Sunday. We're going to actually do a recap show. It's a new thing. We're going to do a recap for Sunday. It's I think we're calling it Livin in Vegas Recap, something like that. We'll find a cool name for it. Okay. Anyways, it's been Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas magazine. We'll see you again. See you later. Bye-bye.